Hi everyone, I'm Stuart Wannop of Differentiate Consulting. I'm based up here in sunny Newcastle today, and I've created a series of videos called SaaS Snippets, which would basically cover loads of different aspects of Qlik SaaS. Now that we're all moving to the cloud, having come from a Qlik View and a Qlik Sense client managed background, you can see when you log into Qlik SaaS that things are a little bit different. So I'm hoping to produce a series of short videos covering different topics, hopefully will help other people out on their journey into Qlik SaaS. One of the first subjects that I'm going to cover today over the next couple of minutes is the concept of spaces in Qlik SaaS. So spaces is something that is quite new if you're experienced in Qlik client managed, or even going back to Qlik View access point, etc., etc. So I'm just going to explain these a little bit and how they work, when you should use them, which sort of spaces you should actually use, and when you probably shouldn't use certain types of spaces. So just as a quick overview, there are three types of spaces in SaaS. There is the personal space, there is the shared space, and there is a managed space. And like I say, they're all used for different things at different times. So this is really just to get a little understanding of what they're used for and how you can make the most out of your the usage of them. So the first space that's available is the personal space. So the personal space is literally your own private kingdom and work area where you can work with data, create apps. No one else can really access them, and it's really for the professional user to create their own content without having to, other users seeing what you're doing in terms of data modeling, visualizations, etc. So it's for professional users, and it's not really for sharing the personal space. Like I say, it's all yours. It's yours to do with as you see fit, and you cannot share it. You can move them to other spaces, whether that be a shared space or a managed space, which I'm going to cover in a moment, but you cannot share and collaborate in a personal space. If you do want to collaborate, you need to look at shared spaces. Now, a shared space is ultimately made for teams, ultimately. So if you want to collaborate on an app, share apps with a small number of users, perhaps, whether that may be for testing or perhaps co-developing some new and exciting Qlik Sense apps. You can work collaboratively and share data sources within the shared space. It's not really used for end user consumption. You can do it. You can obviously give end users access for testing purposes, but it's not really supposed to be used for that. That's really for when you publish that to the third type of space, which is the managed space. So the managed space provides governed, controlled access to apps and data. So if you've used to using Qlik Sense client managed, for example, I'd probably say the managed space is probably the closest thing that you get to a stream, in that it's for specific targeted users and app consumers. So if you're creating an app on your journey, you might want to create one in your personal space. It will then share and collaborate with a few co-workers in the shared space, and then ultimately publish it to the managed space for end consumption. So a managed space is not used for app development, either on your own or co-developing with other developers. Use the personal space or the shared space appropriately if there's more than one. So putting that all together now, think of it as create, collaborate, and control. So you have an idea and you create an app in your own personal space. And if you then want to involve other members of your team, you can then move this app to the shared space for collaboration. And then at the end, when it's ready to go and you're happy with your app, you can then publish it to the managed space for end user consumption. And really, that's all there is to it as a high level concept of spaces. I'll be doing some more Qlik SaaS snippets in future. So please do follow us on YouTube and subscribe to our LinkedIn page. And that's all from me now. Goodbye and see you soon.